A man is hand-drawing a $100 bill. He first outlines the overall shape, then he draws an eye. Next comes the Federal Reserve seal, the 100 denomination number, the letters on the collar, and even the strands of hair on the portrait. Every detail is copied with absolute precision. Its accuracy even surpasses that of a scanner. After completing the template, the next step is to create the watermark. A highly skilled mounting master can separate ancient Xian paper into 3 identical layers, which inspired the artist. The watermark on a banknote is formed during the paper-making process by pressing a patterned wire roller onto the pulp before it solidifies. When the slurry hardens, the pattern stays embedded in the middle of the paper, forming the watermark. If they create the watermark first, then sandwich it between 2 sheets of paper, and finally press them together into 1 sheet, they can perfectly replicate the watermark effect. So they made a metal plate and began testing the print quality. But they only had a letterpress machine, which couldn't reproduce the fine texture needed. An expert would spot the forgery instantly. Only the government is authorized to use an intaglio printing press. But this didn't stop the artist. He found an old bank discarded intaglio machine at a flea market in Eastern Europe, and once repaired, it could be used. U.S. banknotes are printed on acid-free paper, which has a unique feature. A counterfeit detecting pen turns yellow on acid-free paper, but purple on regular paper. Therefore, acid-free paper is strictly controlled by the government and not available on the market. But the artist unexpectedly discovered that the remaining acid-free paper from government banknote printing was sent to the communications agency for printing phone books. So he disguised himself as a nervous philanthropist and lied that he needed the paper to print comic books for African children. He successfully acquired 500 tons of acid-free paper. Now only one final problem remained: color-shifting ink. This ink is heavily controlled by the government and is escorted by armed guards every time it is transported. The artist had no choice but to steal it by force. After a fierce firefight, they successfully hijacked the shipment of color-shifting ink. Before leaving, the artist even used explosives to destroy all evidence. After returning, the counterfeit bills they printed looked more real than genuine ones. The only possible flaw might be the serial numbers. Everyone was excited except Jack, who was deeply worried. He knew the ink would soon run out, and the artist would surely rob and kill again to obtain more. Soon, these counterfeit bills spread across the world, and a 120 exchange rate attracted an endless flow of buyers, until one day in Laos, during a transaction, Jack accidentally saw a car that could change colors.